D is asking, what are your thoughts on Rumspringa? Rumspringa. I don't know if I'm reading that right. Okay. Typically, so what is it? She explains. Typically, at age 16, Amish kids go outside the community to explore for 2 years. Upon return, if they decide to stay, they are baptized. If they choose the outside world, they are shunned and can never return. This is considered an act of love. Well, that doesn't sound very loving at all. They are shunned and never return. We love you. You disgust me. I'm telling you this because I love you. Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. Like if anybody wants to twist this as a way like, oh, they're giving them a choice, that's great. I mean, relative to completely kidnapping them and not giving them any alternative, I guess, okay, that's an improvement. But relative to what's supposed to be the case, this is horrible. First of all, like how if you're brainwashing somebody until age 16, I don't know how open they're going to be to the outside world. Like they're going to be like shocked. They're going to be the level of, maybe they're not going to be familiar. They're going to feel like outsider. They're going to be like, I'm going to go back to what I know, right? So you could, I don't know. It's kind of like I could kidnap somebody at a very young age. Imagine if I kidnap like a little, and then like abuse them, but also brainwash them, and then be like, oh no, you're free. Go outside. And then you go outside and you're like, oh my, this world's that, like, I made it so that the whole world looks like incredibly scary, right? But I could be like, I'm not taking this person hostage. Look, I'm letting her go outside. But then they go outside and they come back screaming in. I'm like, it's not a hostage. They're free to leave. But I have created the conditions that the world outside seems incredibly scary to them. So technically they're a hostage, even though they're physically they're able to leave. Emotionally, I don't know if they're able to leave, right? So these are invisible chains. Okay, these are invisible chains, right? Just meant to give an illusion of freedom, but it's not actually freedom. And also, like, in case somebody leaves, like the amount of I suspect that the shunning, so let's say like out of like a whole bunch of them, one of them decides to leave. I don't know what the percentages are, right? The shunning and the hatred is meant to it's a part of the brainwashing of the others, right? Like your brother left, oh this, I don't know what the vocabulary is for among Amish people for shunning people, right? But imagine if your bigger brother left and not coming back, the way your family speaks about that event and the betrayal and the backstabbing that they feel, you're going to be like, oh my God, my parents have been abused by my brother who have left. I will never do that to my parents, right? So the shunning is also part of that. You're going to feel guilty for doing the same thing. So I think the shunning is part of the brainwashing of whoever is left. Oh, so D is saying they proudly say that 90% decide to stay. I mean, think about the emotional trauma. Like, imagine if you're a little kid and your big brother has left, and you watch your parents talk about the disgrace, the betrayal. You know, you're gonna grow up thinking like, I don't want to do that, right? Like, obviously, that's like emotional abuse of children. Okay, I'm surprised it's 90%. Like, they're proud that it's 90%. That, like, with the amount of brainwashing and the bubble that the Amish community grew up in, I'm surprised that they managed 10% leave. I honestly thought it's like, I don't know, 1 or 2%. How could you be proud of that? You raise your community in a bubble and you still have like 10% leaving. Shows, oh yeah. So that's okay.
Hey guys, if you want to join these streams live, get your comments and questions read by Ali and Armin and the guests, and most importantly, to get full access to the full video versions of all these episodes, become a patron. Link in the description below.